Hello, soul family. It's kind of been a while, and wanted to share something that happened the other night. That's been kind of interesting and different. Not unusual for me, but at the same time, it always just kind of surprises me when it happens. But I've been hearing these military helicopters for quite a while now, and just happened to be on a walk, and three were going over, and they were so low that I could look up and see that one of the pilots was actually looking down at me. And I had my hand up because of the sun, and I remember looking, at the, at him or her, whoever. And I knew for whatever reason, they were going to Shreiver Air Force Base. And, I don't question things like that. Just have the knowing. Okay, fine. And so talking to someone and having, this whole, hey, there was three very low hanging, flying helicopters, and saying I knew that, they were going to Shreiver. And, as they were talking, I had this thought, well, I wonder what's going on at Shreiver. And it's still really funny to me how when we say that, because I did a video, I think 4 years ago in 2017 about the I Wonder game. And so it cracks me up because I literally said those words, and all of a sudden, boom, I was underground. I'm at the base. I could tell I'm sitting on, almost felt like some rocks, and I wasn't too far down from the ground. And I popped in to, I felt like almost a classroom where there was people that had their back to me. Some were in civilian clothes, some were in military clothes. And there were these two very, very tall beings. And they must have been 14 feet tall, because when I was questioning, I wonder how tall they were. I kept hearing 14, 14. So obviously they're 14 feet tall. They have a unusual, I kept thinking of silly putty color to them. And it's kind of grayish, but it's not gray, and it's not quite flesh tone. And they both looked at me. They had, eyes. And I'll post a picture. I kind of found something similar, kind of a small nose, smaller mouth. And I knew that they talked telepathically, but they were projecting their voice so that everyone was hearing them talk. There was about 20 people standing facing them. And there was other people walking around. I keep seeing these freestanding kind of computers, but the computers are probably not really computers, because they look like the ginormous ones, way back in the, 70s, when they first came out, the 80s, where they had those huge, big, huge backs to them. And, but they were on pedestals. I did see people walking in lab coats. I could tell the floor was concrete. I knew the walls were not always cement. I obviously were underground. There was a ship, and the ship did remind me of the spinner top toy, because it felt like the bottom was kind of pointy, and then it went out, even though it bubbled around, and then it had a top, and then it was being held by these beams, and the beams were actually there to support it, to keep it perfectly, just standing straight up and down. And so I'm taking all of this in, but I know that they know that they saw me, they see me. And I kind of had this oh my gosh, like, that every scary movie moment where you're like, I'm caught, and I'm kind of like backpedaling, like reverse, get out there, get out of there, and I, just trying to turn around so I can leave. And, and they both beings were the same, and they had male energy, did not feel any feminine energy coming from them. And they had appendages, they had long arms, legs. I didn't see fingers or what their feet look like. Very skinny torso where the ribs came out a little bit more, but they had that look where, it looks muscular to us, but it's, they're not muscular. And it's not muscles, but it's just that you can see their muscles, kind of a thing. So as I came back in, I'm having this moment, this person's still talking, and it's like, and they're like, what's going on? And so I explained, just that quickly, how while they were talking, I had this thought of, I wonder what's happening. And they were like, so just that fast, you're there. And so I'm explaining, and I'm telling this person, yes, this is, what's happening. And so all of a sudden, there's two beings. And I just remember putting my hands over my eyes and going, they're here. They followed me back, and, don't do anything. Let's just sit here. They're walking, around, and, they're looking around, and I'm being, prepared or whatever. I'm just like, yes, I'm right here. I honestly knew that they were scoping out, where I was, and, feeling the energy of me, and if I was a threat, kind of reminded me of my White House experience. It reminded me of my National Archives experience. It's all energy. And so, one, I mean, they're so tall, so a step is huge, their steps are bigger than I am, longer, whatever, probably 6 feet. And one goes to the front of the house and says, you will come when we call. And immediately I felt like a kid, trying to justify, well, I didn't really mean to go in there. And I just had this thought, and I didn't think I was going. I just was wondering, and I just hear this, you will come when you are called. You agreed to this, so you will come when you are called. And it was like being called to the principal's office. And so I was like, okay, you're right. I agreed. And their voice sounds like, it's very AI, but it sounds like 5 of them are talking at the same time. Though when I was talking to this particular being, they were talking to me directly, telepathically, even though below, when they were talking, I could hear the voice. And so it was very computerized sounding, as if there was 5 at the same time. But even though he was talking telepathically to me, it had the same sound as I had heard down in the base. So, and I just said, okay, whenever that is, sure, I'll come, whoever I'm supposed to talk to. And then all of a sudden, boom, back through the ground, and they go. And, since I've been in the Springs, I've noticed there's something under the ground, and it shakes and it moves and rock and rolls. And so I do believe there's tunnels all over, from Shreiver, from the Springs all the way up to Denver Airport and beyond, all over. They're all over. I know NORAD, that mountain, remote viewing, and there are a couple well, it was back to back. Again, that was another time that I didn't plan on going in there, but this one really caught me off guard because it happened so fast. It was just so quick, and not a place, from what I've heard, that I would really want to go down there. You know, I know there's multiple layers to that facility. I felt that. And I did feel that I was farther than just one level below the ground. So I felt that I had climbed, or I was in a level that was very deep. So, well, as I'm talking, I keep hearing the 18, and I wouldn't think, I don't know, who knows? Gosh, I mean, who knows anymore? So just wanted to give that update, and I need to check my videos. I don't even think I've talked about some of these other things that have been happening, so I need to get everybody caught up on, you know, just these trips that I'm taking and where I'm going. I don't have any reason for it yet, or why. I think I'm showing up to let them know that I'm not the only one that can, you know, just instantly travel like that, that there's, you know, these are military bases, or, you know, well, NORAD is too, but, you know, even the National Archives, I was able to get in there. And so it's just kind of interesting things. I think I'm, you know, probably a little hesitant to put this, you know, publicly in a video. I'm definitely not tagging some of the words that I said, because I don't want certain people to, you know, just do the hashtag search. But it is what it is, and I'm not going to hide from it. So, but that one was really interesting. So just thought I would share. All right, talk to you later. Bye.